Well, hello, and welcome to this month's edition of the Batability Club video newsletter. Good to see you all here again. Neela's with us as always, but slightly off camera. So let's dive in and see what we brought to you in June. So, what has been happening? Neil, would you like to give us a little overview of what you did in June?
Yeah, what did I do in June? Goodness, what did we all do in June? June, very busy month, obviously for everybody in the bat world. But on Batability Club, in terms of the content, we are pretty much, as we said we would be going forward, beginning to focus a lot more on exclusive to club material, folks. So we had Anna Bat Insight, a very short video there on labelling files and generating reports. We did a session on...
Generating? You mean generating?
Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
That's
okay.
The word.
Okay, that's the word. Okay. Okay. And what else do we have? Bat holding bags. Talking lots about how to manage the holding bag part of the process when catching and handling bats. We did, it seems like so long ago now, but bat roost surveys, bridges, aqueducts, viaducts, towers, these awkward little, sometimes very big places. So lots of interesting stuff there. We did our second species profile, this time common and soprano pipistrelles. We then, you and myself, Aileen, did managing stress levels at work, something that we know has been received pretty well by at least a handful of people that have given us some feedback. And finally, and most importantly, next on our Talking Bat series was Alexandra Howard, an amazing person. Really interesting to have a session with Alexandra and definitely worth tuning in on, folks.
Excellent. So, what have we got coming up this month for everybody to enjoy? Okay, it's still me then. Right, so coming up this month, we have wildlife sound recording, techniques, technologies and tales from the field with Mark Ferguson. Do you want to say a bit about that, Neil?
Yeah, really looking forward to talking to Mark. He's a very experienced wildlife sound recorderist. So he's going to be giving us something that's, no, it's not really going to have much at all to do with bats. It's to do with audible stuff, I would imagine. So really looking forward to that. Do you want me to keep going?
Okay, then go for it.
Problem solving. Yourself and myself, we're going to talk about problem solving next week, I think, actually, as it happens. So that's going to be a really interesting session. There's the Ask Me Anything coming up. We've got the amazing Al Milano and myself talking about wildlife acoustics products, and got maybe an announcement there. Maybe
that's going to be something slightly different for yourself and Al, because you're not focusing on one specific piece of equipment, are you?
That's correct. Yeah, we're gonna focus on the whole wildlife acoustics suite. So I don't know how deep we're going to get into that. I don't know how many we're going to look at, but it's going to be very much just an overview as to what wildlife acoustics have to offer. What haven't I talked about?
Hand netting.
Hand netting. I am so looking forward to that. Okay, a whole session just on how to hand net efficiently, safely, effectively. Lots of hints and tips and stuff. And again, all of this stuff, folks even, because there's more than one folk. What's the plural of folk? Is folk not a plural?
I think so.
Oh, goodness.
Folks, I don't know.
Anyway, you wonderful people, all of this stuff live and exclusive to Club. And of course, Miriam Cornshield. What an amazing talking bat I had with Miriam, which has been recorded. It's ready to go up onto the portal. Fascinating, interesting insight into her life as a bat researcher.
Excellent. So let's move on and get to our competition.
Woohoo!
So we're going to draw our competition, but then we also have a little bit of an announcement here as well.
Oh.
So last month's competition was for a chance to win what was very shiny and new and not even out the wrapper or off the production line yet, second edition of the Social Calls of the Bats of Britain and Ireland. Can you remember what the question was, Neil?
No, I can't.
I can, thankfully.
Thank goodness.
It was, what was the recommended retail price of the book? What was it going to be? And the answer was £38. So, yeah.
Can I just say something before you do that?
Go for it.
Right. It was so new, as you said, it hadn't even been produced. And I boldly said that by the time we did this prize draw, it would be out, or it would only be a matter of days of being out.
And look at what I have in my hands.
Yeah. Do you want to just thumb through it just to prove that it is actually a book?
Yeah.
So that only came in this week to us. We get it slightly early because obviously we're involved in the authorship of it. I believe it's going to be getting released formally by the publisher later this month. But
Just hold your water now. Hold your water.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to draw last month's winner first.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So we've got a few people into
We
here,
have.
Aileen.
We've got a few. Let's see. I'm rummaging deep. Who have we got? The winner is Philip V.
Philip.
So Philip, I know who you are. I don't know where you live, but I know who you are. I'll be dropping you an email to get your address, not so I can come round, so I can get your prize sent off to you.
Glad to be back, Leo.
So, what do we have in store for this month's competition, folks?
I'm going to say something here. Okay?
What's that?
We're thinking about doing a slightly different way for these.
Yeah, well, I was going to make that little announcement after we did this month's competition.
Right. Let's do. What can I do this month?
So can we kind of wrap that bit off nicely first before we say anything else? Would that be an idea?
Yeah, no tangent.
Is that an idea that we're going to go with?
Yeah, so no tangents.
Fabulous. Right, press the button, Aileen. So this month's prize draw is going to be for... Oh, look at that.
It's the same again.
It's the same book. We just thought because it was so new and hot off the presses that we would love to give another one away. I was going to say before you can get your hands on it, but you'll probably be able to get your hands on it before we've posted it out. But you've got a chance to win a free one. So, Neil, you assured me you have this month's question, so here we are.
Okay, so before we do that, right, just to say that irrespective of whether you enter the prize draw or not, as it says on the screen there, up until I think it's around about the 26th of July this month, you can pre-order the book directly from the publisher, Pelagic Publishing, with that offer code CALLS22, and you get 30% off. So just highlighting that as well. But this month's question is, who's the gentleman that is going to be delivering the webinar on recording wildlife sounds for Batability Club this month?
Excellent.
Do you know who the answer is, Aileen?
Yes, I can remember.
Because it was on the previous slide.
It was, but I won't be able to remember by the time we do next month's newsletter, but that's a whole different story.
Right.
So, going forward with our competition, we've been having a little bit of a brainstorm here in Batability HQ. And
Batability, what, the international conglomerate. I can't even say that word. Conglomerate. What's the word?
Conglomerate.
That's the one. I was right the first time. Right.
Something like that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do our competition slightly differently, kind of from next month. So we're not necessarily going to have a competition every month as we have been doing.
Boo! Boo!
But wait till I tell you the rest, for goodness sake. But what we are going to do is we're going to maybe have less competitions, but with bigger prizes.
Bigger prizes.
Or more prizes.
More prizes.
And you can tell he's loving this, folks, can't you? He's going to have to actually open that wallet, and from a man from Aberdeen, that's no mean feat, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Sounds expensive.
So how does that sit with batability then, Neil?
Yeah, let's
How
go
do
for
you like
it.
them apples?
So we're gonna use this expression that gets used quite a lot. Less is more.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. So not necessarily a prize draw every month,
Yeah.
but when there is a prize draw, we're going to give away
We're going to give away more stuff.
more stuff. Okay. So
Yeah.
it might be more of the same kind of stuff, or it might be different stuff, or it might be a mix of stuff.
Yeah. And not always just one winner.
Yeah.
So we could have one person winning a kind of super duper numero uno prize, or we could have 2 or 3 people winning prizes
Right.
to spread the love a bit.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah?
I can do that. Yeah. And then that's a little bit more of a build up, and it kind of it mixes things up a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It makes it less predictable, and I think the thing when you mentioned this to me when we were talking about it earlier was the way we did the Elicon prizes. You know, that had a totally different kind of feel to it.
Yes, it did.
And it's almost like trying to maybe not quite create something as spectacular as that, but something that's a little bit closer to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit more excitement.
Okay. We can do this.
Yeah. So, just to recap,
Where does that come from? Yeah. That's off of an advert or something, is it?
is it? I don't know, I've just made it up.
Oh, okay.
So, as a wee recap, we're still doing our normal monthly competition for next month.
Which is now.
Which is now.
Right, okay.
So, correct answers to me by email by the 20th of this month, the 20th of July, to the question that was just asked. We're doing well today, I'll tell you. Which was, recap of the question.
Who's the gentleman who is delivering this coming month's Batability exclusive webinar on recording wildlife sounds?
Excellent. And then going forward, we'll have less competitions, more prizes. Excellent. What?
It's all good. Go for it. Yeah. We don't know what we're doing. We're just making this stuff up as we go along. Well, correction.
Not that you can tell.
Correction. I don't know what we're doing. Aileen's just making this stuff up as she goes along.
Well, sometimes that's the best way to do it.
Okay, right, go for it.
Doesn't come with an instruction manual, you know.
Maybe when we do these live prize draws going forward.
Yeah.
Did you notice I introduced the word live?
Yes,
there?
I did. I was trying to kind of skim over it, but anyway.
Yeah, so maybe it could be a little bit more of that as well. Perhaps. Maybe not.
We'll see if the budget can stretch to it.
To a live prize draw.
Yeah, I may have a rider that I need fulfilled for a live session. Who knows?
I know.
You'll need to tune in, folks, and find out.
I know. Right, sorry. Right.
Yes, let's get back on track now. Enough of that nonsense. Enough nonsense. Okay, so once again, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you entered this month's prize draw, and please keep watching for our up and coming announcements for our new competitions. And as always, I don't know what I always say, but as always, stay safe out there. It's busy season, we know, and if you've taken the time out to watch and listen to us this month, thank you so much, and we'll see you again on Batability something at some point soon.